Good morning. This is Shindo. Today I'd like to discuss this growing cult, this online YouTube InfoWars cult led by the cult leader Alex Jones. Now I'm going to demonstrate to you exactly what makes this person and this philosophy, this truther movement, a cult group. Now, first of all, a little bit about me, something that most of you, if not all of you, who know me online and exclusively online, something about me that you do not know. From 1995 to 1999, I was not only a member of a cult group, I was their spiritual advisor. I was the equivalent of their pope. This was obviously a long time ago. However, I know the calling cards of a cult group. Around the end of 2011, I started watching Alex Jones. Now, I got in my mind that we are living in the end times, which we are. We're living in the end times for Christendom. So, people like Jones appealed to me, just as he does many of us who have watched him before and have listened religiously to his broadcasts. He is no short of a cult leader. If you watch him religiously, you are part of a cult group. Let me get into a little bit of the details between me and Alex Jones. And yes, it is a personal thing. In 2012, Alex Jones had a contest for the next reporter for his little show. I had no interest being a reporter. However, I did want to get some of the things that I had been talking about out there for more public attention on YouTube. So I sent in several entries to his little contest. The one that he actually put up, I'll put here in the description box and won't go into because, you can watch it for yourself. Jones and the crew had been talking about how the Illuminati somehow are members of the Babylonian mystery religion. Well, I clearly indicate in that video, watch it yourself, it'll be here in the description box, that the Babylonian mystery religion are the Abrahamic religions, especially Christendom, considering how Christianity has become a worldwide religion, along with Muslims. We tend to think of Christians, Muslims, and Jews, but there are a lot fewer Jews than there are any other religion on this planet. The Jews on this planet are less than 50 million, maybe even less than 20 million. I'd have to look it up, but I've looked it up before. When even Buddhists have 900 million adherents on this planet. So 30 million, 20 million, 50 million is a lot less than 900 million Buddhists. And how many Buddhists do you know? But between Christians and Muslims, they make up more than half the world population. So 1 out of every 2 people on this planet is either a Christian or a Muslim. 2 out of every 7 is a Christian, and about 1 out of every 7 is a Muslim, a little more than that proportionally, but it amounts to about half of this world is Muslim or Christian. So it is very, very important to point out the fallacies in these religions, as Lucy and I have. Now, if you're interested in what I'm talking about here with Alex Jones and with the video that I sent for his content. This is the only one I sent. I believe I sent him at least 4 or 5. This is the only one that he actually put in his contest. Followed all the rules, but he still refused to put it in his contest. There will be a link to that in the description box, and it's called The Real Mystery Behind the Babylonian Mystery Religion. If you want to discuss what I have to say on that, please go to the video and then put a comment on that video. Soon after that video was put in his contest, he buried it. It was early in the contest, and there was about 10 entries. And in the evening news, they said, we're going to show some of the videos from this contest, and they showed all the other videos except for mine. Why? Because I had the nerve to actually question whether Alex Jones was right about something. Typical cult leader behavior. Now I'm going to give you briefly a little part of another video that I put up. Here it is, and I titled it, "The Video That Alex Jones Doesn't Want You to See." You have been, for years, chasing the Illuminati. The Illuminati. You want to know what the true evil in this world is? It's an evil that has existed in this world for 1700 years. The power of this world. The ones who are truly corrupting. The ones who are truly the church of the adversary. I noticed that all of the other entries had a little time on your newscast at night. All the others but mine. And now, 3 years later, Jones is now speaking against the Pope. Understand something. When I put that video up, I wasn't speaking directly against the Pope. I wasn't even speaking directly against the Catholic Church. I was speaking directly against Christendom itself, the real power. This Illuminati stuff is nonsense. It's a made-up bugaboo that they're using to try to get you to not see the ball. And now, all of a sudden, since it's more popular, and since Jones has another outlook on life, he's saying this about this present Pope.
I want to be clear when I say this. I have never been anti-Catholic. I'm a Christian. I don't judge people. And he sells it as if it's Christ-like, Christ being humble. Well, the Bible also talks about following God's commandments and being prosperous so you can be self-sufficient and help other people. So it is a communist liberation theology Ford Foundation program, about 100 years old, created by the Jesuits. This Pope, by every yardstick, even if he isn't the false prophet of Revelations and Daniel and Ezekiel, he fits the bill. I mean, like a key goes in a lock and the door opens. I mean, this key opens the door. So if he's not the devil's henchman, he sure is trying.
Notice how he's become suddenly this evangelical type Christian. He has been speaking against this Pope now because this Pope is more socialist than capitalist. This Pope, the present Pope that the Catholic Church has, is actually speaking the way you would expect that Jesus Christ would speak about this present age. I don't know that the Pope is a spokesman for Jesus Christ, but I'm pretty sure that he's not anti-Christ the way that Jones here says he is. I mean, ask yourself, who is this man? Who is Alex Jones that he could say this about the Pope? The only programming that's going on here, folks, is not the Illuminati, okay? It's you letting these kinds of people into your home and into your mind. Jones and the people like him, Mark Dice and the like, but as far as Mark Dice is concerned, he's a lot more secular. Jones used to be too, but now he is becoming like a religious cult leader. Those of you who are subscribers to Lucy or I, who are also interested in this whole truther movement, understand these people are cult leaders. By just a week ago, Alex Jones had a pledge drive called the Money Bomb. These people aren't out there for your best interest. Certainly aren't telling you that you don't need to be worshiping a God that is external of yourself the way Lucy and I are. And most of all, let's get this straight, they're asking for money. Sure sign, folks, that this man right here is a cult leader. You dabble with this stuff, you get into it, you really get committed to what he has to say, as so many people have. You're going to find yourself, after a while, realizing that you're in a cult group and there's nothing you can do about it. This man has the kind of power that I believe if he went on his radio program and told people to go out there and, let's say, shoot the Pope, for instance, that they would do it. And that's what makes him a cult leader. I have been not only a member of a cult, but the spiritual leader of one. You see, I'm not trying to hide my past. I don't hide it from the people that already know me. I thought it was important on this date, which seems to be so significant to the Christians today, to actually speak about someone who is, at very best, now an evangelical shill Christian misleading others down a path that is nothing but a very low vibrational type feeling. Fear, anger, these are the tools of the demiurge, the archons, and I assure you, out of anyone that I can think of on this planet, this man here is more of an archon than any of them. And if you follow the man, you do so at your own risk. This is Shindo, signing off.